All right, y'all, what's going on? It's your man's Aaron Tolan. We are back once again. Click like, click subscribe. Y'all know what to do. This video right here is inspired by my bro Primo Kicks. I saw this video yesterday, so I'm not sure when he actually filmed it because I didn't check the date, but I had to say, you know what? Yeah, because Jordan 3 silhouette is my favorite one of all time. The OG white cement Jordan 3, favorite sneaker of all time. And even though I do have the reimagined 3's, I didn't bring them upstairs because I just don't like the leather on those. I was not happy with those at all, honestly. I do get that you were going for the retro feel, but nowadays that flimsy 89 leather don't cut it, bro. Because the creasing destroys the shoe to me. The least creasing that you can get out of a shoe to me really gives it that lasting power. But again, shout out to Primo Kicks. I have some kicks that are some honorable mentions as well, so I'm gonna try to condense this, but I want to make this as short as possible. So I'm gonna start off with kick number 5 and work my way up to 1, starting off with the Air Jordan 3 New York Knicks. These were absolutely sweet to me, man. I remember when these dropped. I went to Oakland Mall, which is in Troy, that's up the way. Foot Locker had them, as well as Finish Line. I had to cop mine from Finish Line because the Foot Locker pairs went like that, and it was very, very limited. I was able to get my size and get my pair at Finish Line, which I was very happy to have. I actually bought a Knicks jersey to wear with these, even though I am a Pistons fan, so it's kind of sketchy with that. But I got rules. And I'll just be quick. The rule is that no other teams will be worn at Detroit arenas or venues. So that means no other teams worn at Little Caesars Arena, Comerica Park, or Ford Field, flat out. I got tons of different teams besides my Detroit teams. The other rule is if I'm in Madison Square Gardens and Detroit is not playing, I will have my Knicks jersey on. But if Detroit is playing and I'm out of town, that's what I got on. Detroit first, always. Moving forward, so shoe number 4, I gotta go with the Jordan 3 Justin Timberlake Tinker Hatfield OG Cement. When Justin wore these to the Super Bowl, man, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get my hands on them, but I want them. And then I realized they had released that night on the Sneakers app, I believe, and on Justin's website. And I know they went out like that. I ended up copping these from StockX. This was probably the second pair that I bought with the free throw line Jordan 3s, which I do think are better than the OG Cement Reimagines. That's just bottom line. That was my first pair ever copying from StockX. My first really expensive pair. And that's how I got into the dead stock consignment game. Messing with StockX. But this pair right here, bro, was absolutely fire. And I wore these to the Justin Timberlake concert. But just the overall look, the swoosh on them. I got all the Justin Timberlake hat, or no, I'm sorry, I have all the Tinker Hatfields. But I'm mad that Justin did not release all his colorways. So I'll just go right into an honorable mention, as Primo did as well. Yes, the Jordan 3 Justin Timberlake higher. These were, yeah, A1. Cop these also from StockX. So you can kind of tell with the material, bro. I don't know. But, yeah, these were just a dope colorway, dope feel. Primo rocked these. Mountain climbing, I don't think I would do that. But no shade on my bro, but that I would not do that. These barely come out the box also, man. But I just dig these. So these are like definitely one of the honorable mentions. And I'm mad that Justin did not release his other colorways in this silhouette or in that style, because yeah, all of them was fire and I would have tried to get them all really. But anyway, moving on. So number 3 would definitely be, wait, I'm sorry. I did 4, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, so we'll move these. These would be number 3. The Air Jordan 3 Diffuse Blue, which Primo did mention yesterday. I thought these were fire. 100% fire. I love the colorway. I love the look of them. I actually copped 2 pairs of these. One from the Lick in San Bernardino. And this pair from Sneaker Hustle, that video is up on my page as well. But I had to cop these in the 8.5 because the lick only had them in the size 8. And even in the size 8, man, just this inside, this plush feel amazing on the heels of my feet, man. These are very, very comfortable shoes. But the colorway to me is fire. And I know that these probably did not get all the hype, but they still sold out, I'm sure. But I like this pair, and definitely an honorable mention for those who probably don't have them in their list. But just for me, this is one of the top. This is one of my favorite Jordan 3 releases, bro. Definitely. So getting into another honorable mention, the Jordan 3 International with the Jordan autograph on the tongue. These kind of sat for a minute, man. But I remember the day they released, I went in and copped these early because I figured these were going to go crazy. Probably should have put Nike Air on the back, and that probably would have made that happen. But I copped these from Snipes. Nobody was even in line. I went in and copped these and walked right back out. But this is a pair that definitely deserves an honorable mention. Clean shoe. And it reminds me of the J Balvin 3's, which also are in the rotation. They should be in the top 3. I didn't feel like going downstairs to get them. But just this colorway, because I think this was bone before they started using sail. I know this part right here I think is bone. But they do kind of remind me of the J Balvin Sunrise 3's, just with that colorway. Now the Rio 3's were the ones I wanted really badly. I copped those from GOAT, and that leather is absolutely despicable. So yeah, those kind of stay in the box too. I kind of nervous to break them out actually, but they still a dope shoe, man. But I just can't stand that leather. But going into my number 1 Jordan 3, which I would not place it over the OG Cement 3, but definitely one of my favorite, probably all-time favorite colorways. The Jordan 3 Soulfly Fruits of Our Labor Miamis is what I call them. These went so hard to me, man. And just the work that I had to put in with Bird Kicks to get these. Like I said, I drove that dude crazy trying to cop this pair of shoes, man. But he got them to me, man, and I'm just excited for him, which I'm seeing these a lot more, so I'm assuming a lot of people either doubled up on them or were able to sell their extra pairs. But this is a pair worth the double up, in my opinion. But I actually, and I just realized I messed up the video. These are number 1, so I got to put number 2 next. But just an all-around dope shoe, dope colorway. Have not broke these out, obviously, because I copped them during the winter. And in Michigan, that does not end until May. So, yeah, these will not be coming out till probably after Labor Day, or I'm sorry, Memorial Day weekend. Or should I find myself in Florida anytime before that, these will probably be on foot for sure. But dope shoe, dope colorway, and just happy to have these. Again, shout out to Bird Kicks. So my number 2 pair, which was before those, which should have came before those, is the Air Jordan 3 UNC. Now I copped these from GOAT. I remember the day they released, I was not on point with them. And I checked every single store that had them, and they was just like, nah, bro, you already know. This colorway, this pair, gone. So I ended up copping these from GOAT. I spent a pretty penny on these also. But yeah, these were the perfect, we'll say poor man's PE. Because, yeah, paying 10 G's, which I can understand, honestly. But for this pair, yeah, this is a pair, honestly, I hope they do bring back out. And like I said, I'm trying to near retirement with these and try to be done with this game. But this is definitely a pair I would cop one more time if they released it, for sure. Hopefully the leather's a little bit better on this pair. Because, again, like I said, I copped these from GOAT. But I do not break these out. Hardly ever. So, special occasion kicks, for real, for real. But this was one of my favorite. This will, yeah, definitely top 5 of all time Jordan 3s for me, for sure. And so I think if I have to go down honorable mentions, and I'll try to make this quick, definitely the black cement 3, which is probably one of the greatest of all time. I was not a fan of those in my younger years, but when they re-released, and I'll be honest, the movie Black Panther was what kind of motivated me to really try to go hard for them. And I made sure I copped them and had them on when I went to see the movie, bro. Like the premiere, I was there with the OG Cement 3's on. And I did like that shoe. And actually, when they re-released them this year, I copped them again. And I gotta say, my 2016 pair still in good condition. Was it 2016? Yeah, I think it was. Still in good condition. I can still break them out and it's not an issue. But the newer pair, yeah, that leather is like, yeah, spot on. Another pair that I have to give props to is the Cyber Mondays, which I dig those a lot. I copped those from Foot Locker, and really I was able to just walk in and buy those, and I'm surprised they didn't do as well as they should have done, because that's a hot shoe. That is a hot shoe. Cyber Mondays, the Jordan 3 Black Cat that re-released this year. Again, my only gripe is that they did not put Nike Air on the back of both of those, because them 4s go hard in the paint. They don't have the same glossy look as the 3, which that's what really gives it. That patent leather and that gloss, man, that sets them off. But they should have put Nike Air on the back of both of those, man. But I guess they knew if they put it on the back of the 3's, some probably would have, well, no, they wouldn't have passed on them 4s. I don't know. I think the 4s are pretty fire. Another pair I gotta definitely give props to is the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0s. I got them over there. I don't really feel like grabbing them, but my video is up for those as well. And I just dig those, but I do think the original Soul Jordan 3 is the best one. Just that all white look with the elephant print, Korean flag, chef's kiss. Let's see, a couple other ones. The Georgia Peach is fire. The Laser Citrus is fire. The Mocha cigar joints, fire. The Chlorophyll Jordan 3. I really like the Chlorophyll Jordan 3. I copped those from Snipes, man, but that material was so flimsy on those too, which is very disappointing, actually. Like, I just think with Jordan 3's, you gotta make sure that stuff is crease free as possible. But anyway, y'all know what it is. It's your man's Aaron Tolan. Click like, click subscribe. Also check out my podcast that I do with my brother called the Resurgence Podcast. It's on YouTube as well. I'm trying to do big things this year and really pursue my passion. So stay tuned. Holla at your boy. One.